Hi, this is Tyga of Tyga's Corner Show, and today I'm going to be interviewing Errol Westbrook. And for those of you who don't know, we're going to allow him to introduce himself and give us a little bit of background before I get into my interview questions. Hi, Mr. Westbrook.
Hey, how you doing? What's happening?
Not much. How's it going?
I'm chilling. I'm down here in Little Rock doing my thing. Yeah, like she said, my name is
So you mentioned you mentioned you're down in Little Rock, Arkansas, and when I was doing a little bit of research about you, it showed that that's where you were born and raised up until the age of about 7, I believe. And then you spent some time with your mom and stepfather in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's some background.
That's a little bit of background, but it also talks about after those 2 years, you went back to Little Rock, Arkansas with your grandmother. And I guess by that time, you were considered an adolescent and having to grow up, on the mean streets, I guess you can say. You got into a few things, and why don't you tell us a little bit of history on that and how that influenced your music?
But like you say, when I was young, I'm born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. When I was younger, I stayed a few years in Chicago. And like you said, I moved on back to the town with my grandma. And it just, at them times, it was a lot of different things going on down there as far as the gang banging and the dope, the crack epidemic and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? A lot of single parent households and things of that nature. And I was a product of that. You know what I'm saying? I actually had the mom that was on dope and on drugs and, stayed at that house. And, so it just was, that's what I seen. So once I figured out that I could rap, that's what I put into my raps. You know what I'm saying? My raps is a lot of facts and truth. I'm kind of a storyteller. So when I'm telling these stories, these are facts. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This is real stuff that can happen.
So this is what you lived. It's not like you just picking up stuff from other people and trying to put it through the microphone. It really makes us feel it because you went through it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I appreciate that.
I really went through the gang banging years, and I really went through my mom on drugs and growing up, having to deal with that. And you know what I'm saying? I really did have 3 daddies. You know what I'm saying? It was for real. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. Well, that's interesting to know. And when I kind of was trying to research some information on you, and if I put in your name, Edub pops up. So is this a name that you used to go by, or give me a little background on that?
Well, I still go by. I go by both of them. It's just that it's kind of more marketable just to use my real name, Errol Westbrook. Mm-hmm. But Edub, that's my initials, EW. We just abbreviate W as Dub. You know what I'm saying? So I still go by E-Dub, and even like when you look me up, if you look up Errol Westbrook, you're going to, like you say, E-Dub pop up. So, it's kind of one and the same. Okay,
cool. So that's good for all of you who want to, look him up. Now we got a little bit of background on that. So, I was listening to a couple of your singles, and one that I came across was Letter to the Game. And one thing I listened to your words, and you kind of remind me, I'm from the South, from Austin, Texas, even though I'm here in Fort Worth. And listening to a lot of Texas artists, you remind me of Scarface. I know a lot of people don't want to be compared, but it's just your words were very raw. And like you said, I could tell that you lived through that. It wasn't something that you was just, making up. So I really liked it, and I liked the hook. Who was the female on that track with you?
That female, her name is Kamara Moore. She do a lot of singing and rapping and things of that nature too.
Okay.
She's from here, Little Rock, Arkansas, but she kind of traveled around. She got music. Okay. So she did with Danny Faye a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, well, I just want to say she did her thing because I really did. It just, I guess me as a woman, it brought me in like more. I do like to listen to rap, but when there's like a good hook and a female voice, I'm even more interested in listening to it. So I really did enjoy that as well. And I was looking at your bio, like I say. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't mean to cut
Say it
you off.
again, I'm sorry.
As far as I said, I didn't mean to cut you off neither, but as far as the comparison, if you're going to compare me to Scarface, that's an honor. So, I appreciate that.
Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, that's who popped up in my head when I was listening to your music. So I really enjoyed it. And like I said, I was looking at your bio, looking at all these other, some more information about you. It talked about you opened up for some well-known people like T.I. and different people. Yeah. Why don't you give me a little bit of history on that?
Just far as that show, or just far as just the different people I done opened up for?
Like the different people that you have collaborated with.
Like anybody that come to Little Rock, Arkansas, I'm most definitely probably go 9 times out of 10 be the opening act for them. We didn't have Rick Ross come through. We didn't have Jeezy come a couple of times. Gotti, Boosie, Webby. Like you say, T.I. T.I. actually came to Fayetteville. He came here too when he did the T.I. Wayne and Jesus show. Anybody that come through here, really, I'm an independent to indie artist, to the Big Tucks and DSRs and the Bones and the, anybody that's just the Gates, anybody that come through here, I'm 9 times out of 10 gonna open up for them. They call me the King down here. I ain't give myself that name. They gave me this name. So
King in Arkansas, okay?
Yeah, they rock with me. The streets to the DJ. So you know what I'm saying? So
all right.
They rock with
me. Well, I don't mean to cut you off, but aside from opening shows for national artists, like T.I. and different people that you spoke of, Little Webby and Bootsy, you also have something that you do with bullying as far as a message that you like to give out against bullying. And how did that get started? And yeah. So why don't you give me a little bit of background on how that started and how are you influencing the young people of today regarding that issue?
As of right now, my last little speaking was at the Goodwill, but the AETN, I was on that television station dealing with bullying. It's been a while ago as far as the bullying, but it was just positive as far as at that time. I don't know if it's real bad like it was then. The bullying just was real bad. You know what I'm saying? So we just had a panel of different people from different genres talking about the bullying and how it affected them and when they were growing up and things of that nature. So I spoke about it because I was bullied. I was once getting bullied, and I once was the guy bullying. So I knew it from different aspects, and it was just both sides, and it ain't right. Period. So I spoke about that as far as towards the kids. Now I speak at a lot of, like I say, the transitioning programs, like at the Goodwill, because I've been to the penitentiary and I've been out kind of on my positive deal and doing what I do. So.
Okay, well, I want to give you your props on that because, when people are down and out and in jail or whatever have you, they don't always come out with a positive message. But the fact that you have done that, that's very commendable. And bullying is it's on the rise today. I see it on the news and I see it everywhere. So we can all reach back to your message and look at it and help other youngsters, who are going through it now, especially if they listen to your music. Your music is very relevant even to this day, because I see that you have a collaboration with Black Youngster. How did that come about?
I just recently signed to a label called Next Page Entertainment, which is basically my family. Even before the music, we've been rocking with each other. And I recorded a bunch of songs, and it was just time to go ahead and start releasing as far as dropping my singles and this and that. And it was just, I needed somebody that was relevant with the younger age at the time as of now. You know what I'm saying? His numbers just up. Like he say, he want to be an entertainer, and that's what he do on the tracks. He entertains. So it was only right to snatch him far as marketing, and he was hot. He the hottest thing going at the time. He hot right now. He might be the hottest going right now for real in his bracket. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the youngster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it only made sense. We're trying to get these numbers up.
Right. Well, can't blame you for that. And I'll definitely be, listening out for your music. It was such a pleasure getting to know you, getting to know a little bit more about you and how, you've been around for a while, but your music is still so very relevant. And that's great. So why don't we let people know how they can look up your music or whatnot on social media? Do you have any Facebook pages or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm Errol Westbrook on everything. ERROL Westbrook on everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. I'm Errol Westbrook on everything.
Okay, so even though it sounds like Errol, as he said, it's ERROL Westbrook. Yeah. So on everything. Okay, so Mr. Errol, why don't we get like a little sample of, what they can hear? Why don't you do a little freestyle for us? If you don't mind.
Yeah, he told me y'all wanted me to freestyle, so here we go. Matter of fact, I got something for you. Here we go. Niggas think I'm crazy because I don't like Boosie. And it really ain't the hot boys without BG and Juvie. And I don't like Gucci and none of the Brick Squad. And I think that Rashida will murder Nicki Minaj. I'm on some 8-ball and MJ. Really don't like Freeway. Cam kinda sorry. Joel Santana, he's straight. Sure that Low can't rap, but I think that he used to get it in. The best album that 50 Cent made was the one with Men and Men. Oh, that dude with Waka Flocka Garbage too. Who else should I add to the group? OJ the Juice. Hey, I fuck with niggas like T.I., Titty 2 Chain, Young Jeezy, Trapper Desire, Yo Gotti, and Ricky Rose. What about 666? Nigga, no way.
all right. Okay, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely enjoyed meeting you and talking with you, and we'll have to do this again one day.
Same.
But in closing, okay. So in closing, why don't you give us, one of your singles that you'd like for us to play?
All right, right now I'm pushing it, whipping, man. This Earl Westbrook E-Dub featuring Black Youngster, whipping. It's everywhere, downloaded everywhere. Yeah.